everyone had 1 gig a week, 2 gigs a week. You could play a few nights a week. It's all gone. And the thing that is so upsetting for me is that, everyone listens that I see on the subway is listening to music alone, that shared experience, Where, I don't know about you guys, I am so tired of being numb. I feel like I am completely numb in the world. I feel like everyone is numb. And, it's time to, wake up. And moments like this and guys like this make this happen. They make you wake up. And the hard part about my job, we take care of all the old jazz and blues musicians that made the way for everybody here tonight. And these guys, I can't begin to tell you, I had a guy who was 30 years, he was one of the coasters. He co-wrote Time Is On My Side, which made the Stones famous. He was about to be evicted. I can't begin to tell you, he was sleeping sitting up in a plastic chair. He's gone now. This was someone who wrote Bob Marley's tunes with him. He was Bob Marley's first producer. Bob Marley had wanted to be an R&B artist, and he said, go to your roots. This is an amazing guy, and he ended up with nothing. This happens all the time. I sit in my chair and I interview people, and we hear them, and we hear their stories. And I think what Mark wanted me to say quickly was, when Ken Burns made that movie on jazz, it was a $13 million budget. I'm sorry, I lied, 12.8. And the musicians were paid $200 for those interviews. And the day of, I wanted to find Ken Burns because I had just gotten the job, and I thought, great, this making a fortune, it's going to show jazz, they're going to want to give back to the musicians. So a guy came into my office that day who said, listen, I'm on the box set of this CD, and they just asked me to do a radio interview. And I wasn't offered any money, and I need my diabetes medication. Can I have $150? So I went to the honoring of Ken Burns that night, and I didn't know what he looked like, so I asked someone, and they pointed this guy out to me, and I followed him the whole night. And I finally get to him, and the lights go out, and he's probably getting ready to go backstage. And I said, I need to get a hold of you. I'm Wendy from the Jazz Foundation. He goes, I've been looking for you. And I was like, oh God, he's so good. This is so great. Well, I'm sitting there, and out on the stage walks this short white guy with a Beatles haircut. I'm like, who's that? I was talking to Wynton Marsalis. So I did not know who he was. Just so you know how green I was. I was a subway station harmonica player when I got the job. And all I want to say is that I finally met Ken Burns, and he told me to go to the record companies. Now, they announced that night that it had sold the first week $5 million. The box set sold $5 million the first week on PBS. Do you know how much the record companies did give us? He gave us nothing. Do you know how much? Just guess. 5 million. So think big. 50 grand, 100 grand. $5,000. 2 record companies combined, $5,000. And this is what we fight all the time. So I just want to say to you guys, you're doing the right thing. Someone's got to stop and get it going at some point. It should have happened 80 years ago, but it's happening now, and you all here, you're the ones doing this. And, there's a little club in the village, I don't know if it's still there, the A&M Roadhouse, but I remember we played one night, great fucking blues. I paid a babysitter $25. They said, if you bring 20 people, we'll give you $200. If you bring 30 people, we'll give you $300. We brought 32 people. He hands us $50, and he goes, they didn't eat enough. And I said, if this was 1938 in Chicago, I'd pull out a gun and you'd pay us, right? So, since we don't have guns, we got our mouths, and I hope you guys wake up now, and let's all be in this together, and let's wake up just in the world. Let's get it going. Music without music, there is nothing.